Yes. Hello, everyone. Good to be here with you today again. Yeah. So, this is day three of the Africa Challenge. Yes. And we've been hearing from amazing speakers all along. Really exciting talks and sessions, presentations. Been really exciting. Today, Louis was a moderator as well, and he got to speak with Akinwale, who built a game to teach his kids about resilience, who built a game for his kids for them to interact with and build resilience. And he explained his thought process, and it was really amazing and exciting to see. And in the past few days, we've had lots of sessions, and yeah, there are lots more amazing sessions for you to get involved in. So today, I am honored to be introducing you to Anne. She's going to come on stage right now, and she is the founder and general secretary at Hack for Earth, where they organize lots of hackathons to promote innovation. Yes, there's so much she's going to tell you. She's going to dive deep into it. But the main theme, the main topic of discuss here is how hackathons can be used for innovations. How hackathons serve as a tool for innovation. And as someone who has a strong background organizing hackathons and even being in that field, she's going to give us an amazing presentation. And guys, let's welcome on stage. Hello.
Hello, everyone. And yeah, Michael, nice to meet you again.
Yes, nice to meet
Hear
you.
me?
Nice to meet you. What time is it over there?
No, I hear myself, but maybe that no, it stopped now. Perfect. Yeah, great to see you. Calling you from Sweden today.
Sweden, that's nice. That's awesome. What time is it over there?
Say again what it's like.
What time? What time is
What
it
time?
in
Oh,
Sweden?
it's 8 p.m. So not too far from your time zone. Only like I think 2 hours or so, but we're 2 hours ahead here in Sweden, south of Sweden, where it's unfortunately raining a little bit, and I'm thinking not as nice weather as you are having. Am I right?
It's actually raining here as well. It's the rainy season in
It's
Nigeria.
raining. I'm thinking you're enjoying the sun, but yeah. It's a good time to be inside in a meeting like this. Definitely.
Yes, definitely. Thanks so much for making it down. Thanks for taking out time to speak with
Thank
us.
you. Thank you for
So,
inviting me.
yes. So I'll give you the floor right now to introduce yourself. And then when you want to start the presentation, do let me know. I'll be on the background.
So great to see and meet all of you today. I'm hoping this will be a most interactive session. I will start by showing you a few slides and talk about Hack for Earth and how you can be part of our upcoming hackathon and create solutions for our planet and to make it better. But after that, if you have any questions, or I'm hoping you have um, ideas or things you want to talk about, please let's take them after the slides. So yes, I'm Anne Molin, and I am the founder and the Secretary General of the Hack for Earth Foundation. And we started the Hack for Earth Foundation because we wanted to create a platform for anybody in the world to come and create solutions that address the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. Because that was kind of missing, we think. Of course, there's many initiatives now, and there's a lot of talking going on, but really there are too little things or too few things being done, actually. So that's the reason for the start of the Hack for Earth Foundation. Next slide, please. Yes. So the Hack for Earth is a global movement to create citizen-driven innovation to solve the world's biggest challenges. Using hackathons, which is a fast-paced innovation competition method, we create real action on the 17 SDGs. And the SDGs are, of course, the Sustainable Development Goals that the UN have decided upon. So we organize once a year one major global hackathon online that anybody who is passionate about the Sustainable Development Goals can join and participate in. And I'm proud to say that we have had a lot of winners actually in our hackathons from African countries, mainly from Nigeria and Kenya and South Africa. So I'll tell you more about that in a little while. And yes, we can take the next slide. So that is what we do. And yes, so the background of Hack for Earth Foundation is basically that I was working for the Swedish government. I was project manager for a platform called Hack for Sweden, where the mission was to create solutions for society based on open data provided by Swedish government agencies. So we invited all of society and anybody could join, but that hackathon was once a year and you had to build solutions on data. That is something that we have changed in Hack for Earth, where you can create a solution that is something very tangible, like a new kind of plastic or something else that is not based on data, even though a lot of the submissions are based on data, of course. Yes, also done several other hackathons. Hack to Crisis was a global hackathon to come up with solutions to the Corona crisis. And as you see, several others here. And the up next is Hack for Earth at the COP28. And last year we did Hack for Earth at the COP27. And for those of you who don't know what the COP meetings are, it's the United Nations high-level conferences where all of the prime ministers and other high-level people from all of the countries within the United Nations come together to find and decide upon the solutions for climate change. But of course, many other organizations gather around the COP meetings. The last one was in Egypt, an African country, and in Sharm el-Sheikh last November. And this year it is in Dubai. And we are, that is why we are organizing our upcoming hackathon there. Next slide, please. Yes. So just a little bit about the last hackathon, global one that we organized at the COP27 climate change conference in Egypt. It was online, of course, so we had hacker teams joining from 125 countries. There were 1,864 teams competing during 48 hours. We also had 100 mentors in different fields of expertise from all over the world, providing their help and guidance to all of the teams. And 7 of these competing teams won their category. And then we had the award ceremony in the United Nations Climate Change Global Innovation Hub at the COP27 in the Blue Zone. And after that, it's very important to point out that we have an acceleration program after our hackathons that take care of the solutions and make sure that they are given the best possible conditions to make their solutions come to life. So and now this year, the 7 winners, which and all of them were from all over the world, we had participants from 18 countries within the 7 winning teams. And they just graduated, if you can call it that, from the Build for Earth acceleration program in this spring. And several of them are already on the market, which I am very proud to say. And to the right here, you see a few of our partner organizations that are supporting were supporting our initiative for the hackathon at the COP27. And some of them you probably recognize, like the EU and the United Nations and UNICEF, several other UN entities like the UNEP and so forth. But those are only a few. We also have a lot of other hacker communities from all over the world as our partner organizations. So next slide, please. Yes, and this is just a map showing the 125 countries that had representatives or participants in our hackathon at the COP27. And as you can see, this is covering a lot of the countries in the world. There are a few white spots, but there's a lot of green. And of course, we are aiming for even more countries to be represented in the Hack for Earth hackathon at the COP28, taking place in December in Dubai. So we can truly say this is a global movement that is present in all of the countries in the world. Next slide, please. Yes, and these 4 are examples of winning solutions in our hackathons that have gone on to become real solutions after finishing our acceleration program. And you can read more about them. They all have websites. It's small, big. They won last year, and they're really, all of them are international teams. Clean Air is from Kenya. The team leader is from Kenya, and Reciblock is from Morocco, and Bright Act is actually from Sweden. So you can read more about them, but just proud to say that they are actually on the market, and in innovation terms, that is a short time to market. Next slide, please. Yes, and Hack for Earth at the COP28 in the UAE, the United Arab Emirates, is coming up. Next slide, please. Yes, so we are aiming for 2,000 teams. Last year we had 1,864, so I am feeling confident we will be able to accomplish this. I really recommend you to sign up for this hackathon event. The feedback that we are getting from our participants, it's that it's a very exciting event. We are trying to make it really interactive and to make it a learning experience for everybody who joins, and that it's supposed to be fun, even though we're doing really serious things. Of course, this is we are building real solutions to climate change, and looking at the world today, of course, this is really serious what's going on. But I think really it's important that we try to make it enjoyable while we do it. So we have a lot of interactive events and things going on during the hackathon itself. So yeah, next slide, please. Yeah, and this is our unique method that is proven, that we have developed within the foundation. So it's called the Dream Hack Build method. There's actually a book coming out in May 2024 on this method and how you can use it to create innovation really fast. So within the Dream part, you create the challenges for the hackathon. And creating the challenges is really, really important, and to put a lot of work into that, because it's kind of like the way you ask a question, that is the way you will get the answer. That impacts the answer, if that makes sense. So you have to take a lot of care into creating challenges that are enough narrow and enough wide to make the hacker teams feel that it's possible to work with this, and it has to feel like this is something we want to put our minds and efforts into. So that is within the Dream part. Everybody is invited to brainstorm freely, and then we decide on the final challenges. And the second step is the hackathon part, where we gather to find the solutions, and to your help you have mentors, and there's workshops and lectures and live stream sessions, and of course data and statistics provided during these 48 hours that the hackathon takes place. And you will, if you don't have a team, we will help you to find a team that has the diversity you need to and the competence you need to tackle the challenges. And then the final step is to build, and that is really one of the, I would say, even if it's the last step, it's really important, because when you build in the Build for Earth acceleration program, you take the solutions to the next step and make them a reality. So that's the DreamHack build. Next slide, please. Is there a next slide? Yes, here. now I can see it. Yes. So this is just a short overview of how the hackathon experience is. I don't know how many of you have joined a hackathon and been in a hackathon before, but it's really easy, and it's all, we have a structure for it, so we will guide all of you who haven't been in a hackathon before. You don't know, you don't have to know tech. You bring your competence and your experience and your passion for creating a great innovative solution to the table, and that is enough. And we will connect you to the other people who you need in your team. Yes, next slide. No, okay, you can, next slide again, and next slide again. We can take, yes, these are the challenge categories. So within these 8 categories, there will be a few sentences, like formed like a question, that you will be able to choose from. So you choose one of these categories first, like say, for instance, you're interested in water, in issues related to water. That is my passion, and that is what where my expertise lies. And either you have a team already and you sign up with that team, or we help you find a team, and then you choose one of the questions, one of the specific challenges within this category, and then you hack on it. That's the way you do it. And these, as you see, are the ones in this hackathon taking place. Is water, partnership, environment, cities, energy, food, transport, and education, all addressing the climate change issue, of course. Next slide, please. Yes, next slide. Can remind this one. And next slide. And yes, this is a timeline. Important for you to know. We will open up the possibility to apply for the hackathon, to join it on September 1st. So if you want to join the hackathon, please keep a lookout on September 1st. We are on Instagram and, of course, on LinkedIn, and there's a website too, of course, hackforearth.com. And you will be able to join us. Yes, next slide. Next slide. I think that's the last one. That's me and my colleague, Love Dager. Love is my hackathon manager and also the COO of Hack for Earth, the company. And there's 2 parts. There's the Hack for Earth Foundation, where I am the Secretary General and the founder. And then we are getting so many requests from organizations to organize their hackathons for them. So that's why we have started the Hack for Earth company that delivers hackathon to organizations that want to create innovative solutions for themselves. So that's the split. So we have been colleagues for a long time. That is actually it. Thank you. I see I talked a little bit longer than I thought I would. I always do. But if there's any questions or ideas or reflections, please share them with me. Maybe you can write in the comment sections. Hello, Michael. I can't. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that would be great if they can write it in the comment section so we can address it right away. But that was really interesting. That was really interesting. Yeah. So you've organized, how do you manage that many? Like, we have organized hackathons, but normally it's about 100, 200 people participating, but 1,000 plus. How did you do that?
The biggest hackathon I've done that I know of is, I think we had in Hack the Crisis Sweden, there were almost 7,500 participants
Wow.
from 91 countries. And in the other hackathons, we haven't really counted. I know how many teams, but I don't know exactly how many people. So, but around like 4, 5, 6,000 people. And of course, I have a great team that work with me. So really the key is to have a really good structure and information available, but also to, when you see that there's a lot of questions showing up there on the same issue, you take a live stream like this and answer all the questions there is. And really, people are very good at helping each other out. That
Yeah.
is, if you know, we usually say this: if you don't get the answer from us instantly, uh, please ask in the community, because there's mostly there's someone who knows the answer to what you're wondering. But I have a great community manager who Mustafa, and he handles all the communication with the hackers. And to be honest, we've done so many hackathons now in person, and we've done online, and we've done hybrid, big ones, small ones. So I think we've made all the mistakes possible to make. And everything that can go wrong has gone wrong. So it's really a matter of like, how do you handle it? How do you create an environment where people feel they can be creative and bring their best to the table? And how do you just, if something turns out that doesn't go the way you think it would go, how do you handle it in a very good way? And I have a great team who does that with me, so we can it's
Wow.
not that hard.
That's interesting. That's interesting. And I think you mentioned something because this is all about actors for innovation, and a lot of people build, and in some cases we don't know what comes out of these projects, these ideas that are developed, these prototypes. Yeah. So there's something you mentioned. I don't know if I got it right. You said there's a very key element to hackathons. What's that again? Something every hackathon must have as an outcome.
I think you have to have a plan for how to take care of the solutions that come out of the hackathon. Because if you don't have a plan for how to take care of the solutions and try to make them a reality, it's really I would say it's a little bit of waste of people's time. It's like going to a great workshop. It's the same thing. And at the end, you have these great ideas on yellow post-its. And if you don't take care of those and help them to become a reality and try to give them good conditions to flourish, it's like you have wasted people's time. That's the way I see it. It doesn't have to be a full acceleration program like we have with the Hack First Foundation, but there has to be some idea of how do we take this further, because otherwise it's just a fun event. We had fun, but what came out of it? But that's my personal view of it, and that's the way I felt when I was working for the Swedish government, because they just wanted me to organize new hackathons all the time. And I said, this is not sustainable. We need some program or something to take care of the solutions afterwards. So I think that is very important. But of course, there's other things as well. And the other thing I think is important, because you're asking people to give of their time and their efforts and their passion to you if they join the hackathon, and then you have to make it worth their while.
Interesting. Yeah, I think I totally agree with you. I completely agree with you on those two
That's
points. Yeah. So I'll go down to the hackathon that is upcoming right now, because we would want to bring our community members on board that. I think it's very interesting that they have the opportunity to also, if you look at this program, it's all about Africans evolving, creatives using their skills to solve social problems. And the 17 SDGs is the perfect fit. And in some cases where we organize hackathons, we're always focusing on one thing, say climate change or education or the like. But in this hackathon, they have an opportunity to explore. They are not limited. They have a couple of themes they can focus on. So my question is, because I know a lot of people have this question, when they are making submissions, is it restricted to like software applications, or can people doing hardware come in as well? And how does the grading work for that, for to choose the winner? Because 1,000, 2,000 people coming on board, we would like to know, like, how does it work? How do you select the winners and all? Yeah.
We have a set of jury criteria, and those will be on the web page. I think they won't differ much from what they were last year. So if you go to hackforearth.com now, I can put give you the link. So the jury criteria is usually that it has to have an innovation height. It has to have the solution must be able to be realized within a foreseeable future. It cannot be a solution that, okay, in 2050, that is too far away. So we're aiming for solutions that is plausible, that they will be able to realize in the next coming few years, for instance. And then so those are I don't have all the jury criteria in my head, but if you just follow those and have a good view of those and in your head when you create your solution, I would say you would have a good chance of winning if it's an innovative solution. And also if you have of course it matters how many people you can impact. How is it scalable, this solution? Can it be implemented in several parts of the world? And what else? Yes, you need a business plan. How are you going to, who is this for? And who do you think will pay for this solution? But when you submit the solution, you don't have, it doesn't have to be a ready MVP or like it doesn't have to be built on data for the Hack for Earth hackathons. It can be at the Hack for Earth hackathon at the Expo 2020 World Exhibition in Dubai that took place in 2021. In that hackathon, and one of the winners from India, they won in the water category, and their invention or their solution was a new type of plastic made out of seaweed. And when this plastic ends up in the water, it dissolves and doesn't hurt nature. So that is, of course, very far from a digital solution. Of course, there in the other categories there were digital solutions as well. So, but we wanted to open up and use the hackathon tool for people to come together from all of the globe and use their competencies and not only tech competencies. That's why it's also, we believe in diversity for height of innovation. So that's why anyone who is passionate about the SDGs are welcome and encouraged to join. Because tech people are naturally drawn to the hackathon. we have a lot of tech people. We want more people like creative people or business people or within the finance sector, or if you're expert in climate, or you have studied some other subject that you think can be of relevance. That's, I think, if we can bring those people together and work together in a team, really interesting solutions come out of that. So I would encourage everybody in your community to if they want to join us.
Great, super, yeah. So I was checked the comments. There are no questions right now. But then, of course, we're going to look out to see when the application opens so we can share with the community. The good thing is, I think that opens about around the same time we'll be having our convention. So we'll have a lot of audience, we'll have a lot of people, and we'll push it to them and encourage them to partake in the hackathon. So before you leave, on a final note, I would love to, you've organized so many hackathons. So what's that one idea? I know you just mentioned one right now, the plastic solution. But what's that one idea that every time you look back, you just smile and you're like, this was amazing?
Oh, that is so hard to choose one. That is really difficult. Uh, but actually, there's one from Nigeria that was really impressive. That one in the Hack for Earth hackathon at the World Exhibition in Dubai. And that was a solution to bring Wi-Fi to the rural areas of Africa. And he is still working on the solution and has several investors now. And it's really a hands-on solution, bringing because in I don't know if it's everywhere, but the way he described it, internet connection is a dilemma in many parts of Africa, and just that's really addressing a very important problem, because if you're not part of if you don't have internet connection or electricity for that matter, that's even more important, of course. But it's really hard to be part of this new, what do you call it, new digital era that we're living in. And doing this we are doing now, it's really hard without Wi-Fi. Yeah, actually, I would say it's impossible. So I'm really impressed of his work.
Okay, Anne, thanks so much for that. Thanks for
Thank
taking our
you.
time with us. We look forward to more
Thank you for
information,
having me.
hearing more from you so
Good
we
to
can
see you
share with the
again.
community. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.